Seems pretty close. We're playing against Gigantha, so we're likely playing against Shadow. Not a great hand against Shadow. Could also be Tron. This hand's not a bad hand against Tron. I'm going to keep on the play. It's kind of greedy. My Ragavan will connect, and I'll also draw a land. I'll get the best of both worlds. Is Shadow. Okay, yes. The Misty threw me off for just a moment. Ragavan's getting pushed. And I drew the land anyways. No way! We actually, all my dreams came true. We got to hit the Ragavan. We get to Bombardment. I guess they could hit Narcomoeba though. Why are they playing Bobble in their? I'm assuming Crabvine deck. No, it's not Crabvine. They have Gigantha. There's no Vengevine in their deck. What are they doing? It's not Dredge. They don't have Ox of Agonis or Conflagrate. Can you unpack the Chalice of the Voidmere split? Yes. So in these black-based discard decks, I put all cards on top. They put all the cards on top. What are they doing? In these black-based discard decks, it is really common for you to lose to the Cascade decks because they are able to like Brazen Borrower or Foundation Breaker, Beseiju, whatever, your lock piece, your Chalice of the Voidmere. Oh, it's Twiddlestorm. I probably should have guessed Twiddlestorm. Okay, so we'll play the Tenacious Underdog then. So like so you want to be able to play multiple lock pieces at the same time, so that way they can't just Petty Theft one, Besage you one, untap and Cascade you. And because that is your important part of the game plan is like to draw two of these cards, you're not really able to try to play more than one Chalice because you can't have two Chalice on zeros and play at the same time. You can, however, have two Voidmirrors in play or Chalice into Voidmirror. You can't Chalice after Voidmirror, but it's because Chalice is... Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't even hold priority. I'm just obviously monologuing and misclicking here. Hopefully this is not like... I feel like it was... Damn it. If I drew a land here, I get to Din of the Bugbear for lethal next turn. That's the reasoning. Like, you want to be able to play multiple of these permanents out in your discard deck against the Cascade strategies. Okay, bubble them. Wish on top. So technically I'm putting it for 6 next turn. Okay, I have lethal next turn. We die, have to hit another Twiddle and or another Breach. Maybe. If we die, we die. Yeah, it looks like my misclick is not going to be what makes or breaks me. We'll see. So if they do have a second Twiddle in their hand, they get to have a total of 6 mana, which is exactly enough to go Wish for Underworld Breach and win. Whatever they have, that wasn't it. Okay, that wasn't it. Okay, so unfortunately my land hate of choice, Fulminator Mage, does seem to be particularly bad against the Hexproof Lotus Field. It is what it is. I'm going to cut these Unlucky Witnesses. I'm going to cut these Tenacious Underdogs. I'm probably going to go cut the Obs as well. By playing the Stream Arena when Pioneer is on it. Assuming that the Arena economy looks exactly the same and the Magic Online economy looks exactly the same when Pioneer comes out on Arena, I don't think that I will, no. But if for some reason the best place to play Pioneer, the most competitive place, the most fulfilling place to play Pioneer is Arena, then yes, that's where I'll play it. But at least as far as it's been going, it does not look like that is likely to be the case. Chalice. Oh yeah, I keep doing this. I keep thinking of this as just a sideboard card against Cascade decks, but obviously you probably want this against Twiddlestorm exactly. How's Tenacious Underdog fared so far? I'm not sure. Jury is out on the card. It is mostly in this deck just to try it out, and I know that's not usually what I like to do on this channel. Usually on this channel, I do like to, you know, spend a lot of time working on lists, play testing, tuning, and like the really the big exception I like to make is during new set release. I think it's fun to just kind of discover together for like that first week or two. Do like a lot of the playtesting on stream. So jury is very much out. Window tracker refix. It's usually a few days after set release. I'm not sure. Thank you, Matthew. Fulminator seems like it'll be okay on the play. Keeps them turn 3 off Lotus Field. Yeah. I mean, if you have Ragavan into Fulminator, keeps them off Lotus Field too. I brought it in. Hoping to find a Unearth. Okay, not so desperate I need to just loot here. My opponent does keep putting cards I could cast off Ragavan on top though, which is a bit odd. Tap. Thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. I guess no BMs. So I assume that sad face means they don't have a land. Yeah. Oof. It's a really good hit. At least you know, I'm digging them for a land, huh? That's a rough hand. That is a rough hand. They're also dead next turn. I guess they could twiddle to gain 3 life. Tap one. Maybe I missed your subscription. Thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. I think we're about to be 5-1 on the day. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Turn 2 Ob on the play. Does not draw. I think I put back the Mayhem Devil, where if they kill my Ragavan, I'm going to want to unearth it on turn 2, and then like just make sure I can cast Ob on turn 3 if I do lose the Ragavan. Please, please, please. It's the worst feeling in MTG when you're losing and your opponent's playing slow. Yeah, that is usually what I say the worst feeling is, or one of them. Please. Oh man, punished for not playing Black Source in turn 1. I mean, you always play the Den here. Ob is bad actually. Sac Ragavan turn 2 the Ob. That's the plan, yeah, that's the plan. I think it's really good when you get to do that, but I also don't think you get to do that often. No. Okay, let's double Thoughtseize. Guess I might play around Spell Pierce a little. Saw this as a can stream yesterday. What do I think? If he posts the link in the chat, I can give you a brief thought on it. Okay, they do have the Spell Pierce. I'm gonna pay. Oh, the Esper Reanimator deck. I mean, I think this seemed like a relatively safe way to build the deck. I remember looking at it too, and I wasn't sure that I liked only being on 20 lands. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna minus here. Definitely not, you know, not the most impressive Ob we've cast so far. I didn't like play. Oh, sorry, there was 21 lands with the Malik Rebirth. I didn't like being only on 3 Ephemerate. I didn't like 0 Muldrifters in the 75, but I don't know. It's just gonna take a long time to figure out how to build this archetype, and This seemed like a relatively safe and fine first draft. And it's not exactly, I think, where I'm going with Tainted Indulgence, but we'll be casting some Tainted Indulgences on stream. Dude, that is the 5th removal spell my opponent's cast. We're still a little ahead, though. Unexistent, I think, with 15 months. Appreciate you. If you could run 5k command here, I would. Yeah, in every red black deck. Ooh, Unlucky Witness is actually like a really good hit for them too. They're reading the card, casting it. Jeez. Okay, well that's a good top deck for me. How am I at 8 live? I guess I Thoughtseize twice and Shock twice. Oh ho, here he comes. Watch out, Spike. It got 2 Planeswalkers. Counterspell the second one. Pretty good exchange. Pretty good exchange. Gonna save the Mire to trigger Mayhem Devil. They probably should attack with this Unlucky Witness. If they attack Ob, I probably just don't block, right? Yeah. Don't want to give them the card. I want to know. Well, I guess we're not attacking with Din this turn. A lot of good top decks here, huh? I have a lot of online cards I own. I'm considering some rental service. Do they take your collection for rental credit? No, but you can sell your collection and use those. You can use that money to buy your subscription, right? You can also like keep a lot. One thing a lot of people do is they keep part of their Magic Online collection, and then they have a cheaper rental service, which I think is a totally like reasonable thing to do. Just like you have to figure out what works best for you. I think I want to trim an Ob, cut the underdogs, bring in the Terminates. Third Kroxa is probably pretty good here too. Maybe I want to play third Ob over a third Mayhem Devil. That card is pretty fragile in this matchup. And we can just kind of play test how this card is here. I think that's important too. Will I play this deck soon? Yeah, I think I'm unlikely to be revisiting the Thing in the Ice control decks anytime soon. Unfortunately, as cool as they were, I think with Lurrus being banned, there's just not much reason to be on that archetype anymore. All right, very, very good start for my opponent. How has Underdog felt? I'm not sure. It hasn't felt bad. I haven't casted that often. I do think a big issue in these black-based sacrifice decks in Modern for a long time has been the fact that there just aren't that many good 2-mana spells. There's some, but they're usually just not great. I think I'm gonna play Unlucky Witness here. Yeah, there's some, but I think for the most part there's just like not very many good 2-drops. 2-mana creatures. There's Bloodghast, which is really good in the Sacrifice Shell. Kroxa doesn't really function like a 2-mana creature. And so it is kind of an interesting option. They're just trading. Dude, Unlucky Witness is good against Ragavan. Next we're going to play either a land or a Bombardment. This gives them Delirium. Enough for me is a weak 2-mana 3/2, and the ability is expensive in a deck that we want cheap threats. Yeah. I don't think that is a unreasonable evaluation of the card. But I think the card in general is pretty strong, and it is a card I'm interested in just play testing, right, for a little while. It's one of them, not both. Dude, if it was both, Underdog would be like, or, sorry, not Underdog. Unlucky Witness. This card would be like actually broken if it was both. Exiles a Mountain, 2 cards in their hand. Can you make case for 2 Anvil over 2 Underdog? And not in this deck. This deck has no artifacts besides the Ragavan to trigger Anvil. Oni Cult Anvil is a really good card. It's one of my favorite cards in the world, but it has like really harsh deck building restrictions that you just cannot afford to put that card in every deck as much as I would love to. Every deck till the end of time. So 5/5 Murktide here. Ragavan goes back to their hands. We thankfully have a Terminate. Unthankfully, or maybe that's not exactly the word, but unfortunately for us, they didn't lose Delirium on their Channeler. Hopefully this Bombardment resolves, though. We can go like Seasoned Pyromancer, discard Bloodghast, get Bloodghast back, control the board, lock it down. Are taking 5 here, though. Oh no, Unearth is so good for them. Oh, come on, Ragavan, why do you do this to me? Ugh. I would have liked to draw the Unearth Ragavan. Game 3. Would you play 6 Bloodghast? Yes, I would. Skyclave Shade is not close to Bloodghast. Like the fact that you have to spend mana to get it back is just like the difference between that card being like almost good enough and not good enough, you know. If that card came back for 0 mana, does it come back for 0 mana? Do I just not know how the card works? Play Ghast, then ping the Channelers. I can't play the Ghasts. I don't have an untapped land. I could have pinged the Channeler. I could have pinged the Channeler. Sorry, the Channelers do become 1/1s. But I couldn't play the Ghast. Sorry, I wasn't dead there. Early concession. Alright, no Spell Pierce, no Spell Pierce, no Spell Pierce, no Spell Pierce. Awesome. Interesting draw. Why didn't you put in Voidwalker? This is a really common question I get when I play matchups like this. It's very common for people to want me to side in Dauthi Voidwalker against Murktide, but Voidwalker is just actually pretty weak against a deck that plays 8 1-mana removal spells. And it's just like it's too bad of a tempo swing to have your 2-drop get just killed pretty freely for 1 mana. Pretty happy with their hand. Their hand is Island, Islet, Heat, Murktide, 2 mystery cards. Just it feels like our hand obviously lines up pretty well against them being on Murktide, no card advantage. They're not jamming it here. Obviously, they know that I didn't take the Murktide, so it's like pretty likely that they can infer that I have a Terminate. They did see Terminate last game. Am I playing the challenges this weekend? I don't think so. There is a small chance I play Sunday. The Sunday Pioneer one, but I'm moving this week. It's really tough. I think I have to take it off, unfortunately. As much as it hurts to take any time off during new set release, I don't think I have a choice. I'm just gonna take this. The Ragavan's just so weak going forward. Terminate's such a valuable card. What's my move-in schedule? I'm trying to get. We close on Wednesday. And we're gonna start. We're gonna move the move. We hired movers for Thursday. The internet is being installed on Thursday, and so we're trying to get everything done Thursday. So I'm likely gonna do a short stream Wednesday. Close, finish packing, pack up all my computer equipment, pack up the collage. I don't know exactly how I'm packing up the collage though. And then Esther took Friday off to finish unpacking, and so ideally I'll be back live again on Friday. That's, you know, it's tough to take too many days off as a streamer guy. Okay, so Unlucky Witness, Causality, whatever. So that's the tentative schedule. Obviously, you know, things can change. We'll see if they do. Was hoping to hit a land off the Unlucky Witness. I guess we were the unlucky ones the whole time. Take 2. I'll just go to get a Devil. Land would have been so nice to get Bloodghast back to be really resilient against the Ragavan. Maybe pack the claws early. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Well, I'll figure it out. Okay. Oh, sorry. I keep doing it the wrong order. Sorry. It's just going to take a little bit of time to figure out. It always takes time to figure out sequencing with new cards. Thankfully, I have a Twitch chat to yell at me whenever I do anything wrong, so I can learn. But as you go activate, land, and swing, it costs 1 more mana to activate the den. It costs 4 to activate. I think you should try to maximize Causality and Ob for it to be good. Yes, it would be, the better the Causality, the better Ob is. Ob is, in my opinion, not that good unless you're able to get the copy. But like, what do you mean by if by maximize the Causality you mean sacrifice the biggest creature possible? No, I do not think that. Yeah, so I know it's Casualty. I misread it the first time, and now it's just stuck in my head. Sorry. Casualty. I just watched too much Berserk. I'm just gonna jam the Seasoned Pyromancer again. Just too good if this resolves. I get a land. I think they're dead to a fetch land too. I've played Claim the Firstborn in decks like this in the past. I think it's not quite what you need in your modern power level deck. Like when you need to kill like a Ragavan or a hammered up creature early, Claim the Firstborn just doesn't do it, you know. Okay. Bloodghast does have haste. What about Mishra's Factory and Anvil and Sack decks? I mean, a colorless land is pretty tough in like a lot of these decks that have really hard mana requirements. You also have access to Den of the Bugbear, which is the generally better man land, but you could think about it. I don't know. You could think about it. Is Subtlety a real card? No, it's what's the set out in Alchemy card? Try not to die to lightning bolts. Yeah, no, it's a modern. Yeah, it's not a real card. It's a Modern Horizons 2 card. Okay, land is lethal next turn. I currently can put them to 1 because I can sack this 2 damage 1, and I can activate this even if I can't attack with it. And then also if they only have 1 blocker, they're dead too. Spike, they're already dead on board. How are they dead on board? Land is lethal without attacks. Yeah, land is lethal without attacks. We have lethal if we can attack. Yes. Are they dead to attack sack? Well, I mean, I can't do that right now. It's their turn. They're not dead on board. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, like, they have cards in their hand. We'll see if they can get out of this, right? They have a removal spell plus blocker, you know. But it's their, yeah, it's their, yeah, I'm talking about the turn we're on. My opponent has cards in hand, they can do things. Land is easy mode. Thoughtseize does nothing. This is the worst top deck by a lot. If they have removal spell, we lose. Let's go! Let's go. No removal spell. Fancy win. Fancy win, and we actually are now 6-1 on the day with this list. It's pretty good. I will say it really feels like we're running really well. I don't necessarily feel like we just broke it or anything, but at least feels somewhat playable. We made 3 obs? No, not yet. Yeah, that's how second shot. The big juicy naturals. Thank you for converting your Prime sub to tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Typhoon. Okay. My opponent is also playing Ob Nixilis. I guess we're taking this Ragavan. The Scourge is kind of a problem too. But I mean, they get to hit me with the Ragavan if I don't take it, so I think I have to take it. A squid hat. Yeah, probably. The hats are not yet packed. Dude, double witness. More like lucky witness, am I right? How's Underdog? Underdog has been like the most suspect card in this list, I feel. It's really early to tell. That being said, I've built these decks a lot in the past, and like it's always Bloodghast is always really good, and there's usually just not another good 2-drop in the deck, so that's always an issue. Okay. Good timing on killing the Underdog. Oh, wait, no. Bad timing. They killed it in my instep. They needed to kill that in my main phase. That was a huge punt by them. I think I'm playing Mountain. It's kind of close. Please don't play a 4 loyalty Ob. A fate worse than death. Oh boy. Only get one of these cards. Probably has to be a bombardment. Wait, they're not casting anything? Guess yeah, they must. Oh, I guess. Oh, sorry, they must have had a removal. Or they have the Delta. I should have definitely thought these first. They never like punished for my mistakes though, of course. Yeah, I just should have. I don't know why I didn't. I don't have an answer. Iteration of Bolt. I feel like if they Ob this next turn, it just doesn't matter that much. I could probably just take the iteration. Yeah, I agree. I kind of think we want them to Ob. Who has the better Ob deck, huh? Six loyalty. Yeah, it's got 6 loyalty. It doesn't do very much, though. Impressed with Ob with Ob. Well, we're currently 6-1 with this list. Ob has felt pretty good most of the time we've cast it. Hasn't felt like a broken Oko or anything yet, but I've liked it a lot here in this sacrifice focus list. I will say we're also playing against like a Death Shadow version of Ob. It doesn't look very good here. But you know, maybe this is like a weird matchup, right? We're dead? We're not dead. I can kill this Ob now, though, if I want to. That might be correct. So they can't gain the life. Did you know the order? I think they should have minused. They should have minused this one first. OP could have ulted one. Wait, how does what does an ultimate do? They let me draw 7 cards, or they go to 2 life and die. The ultimate doesn't do anything here, right? That's a great draw. Okay, so we'll get back Bloodghast. I think we kill the devil. And I'm gonna get a basic swamp here, I think. Maybe I should get the Blood Crypt. I'm actually just gonna Ob immediately, because if I know the last card's Lightning Bolt, and if I attack their Ob, they're gonna bolt the Bloodghast here, stopping me from getting a copy. They could have bolted this first. I guess they kind of want to bolt this one. Yes, let me minus here. They could bolt this Ob in response. That would be fine. Do you think there's a shell where you just try to maximize casting Ob, cast you to turn 2 with rival types effects? No, that is not going to be a good deck building strategy in Modern. Maybe in Pioneer, not in Modern, I promise. Like, just like the strategy of casting like a good 3-drop on turn 2 off of Mana Elf has never been a good plan in Modern, because every single deck in Modern is either really good at killing your turn 1 Mana Elf and your strategy crumbles, or every single deck in Modern is really good at ignoring a goofy 3-mana Planeswalker because they just get to kill you. There's basically no decks in Modern that are just like super cold to you going Llanowar Elf into Ob. Obviously, if your opponent stumbles, maybe it'll end up, you know, winning you a game, right? It's not going to be the worst thing you could imagine, but this is not like a strategy you should build your deck around, is my point. Attack within. I have lethal. Don't make. I have lethal. Doesn't. I got lethal this way. I got lethal 5 ways to Friday. It's okay. Attack within is worse into a removal spell. Spike, you actually found the wrong lethal. So if you could delete your Twitch channel, that would be great for me actually. How's Underdog been? I've honestly been sliding it out of most matchups. It's felt kind of underwhelming. I'm not sure what I'd want to replace it with. You can play like maybe just 1 copy. Witness has been really good though. I've really liked Witness. It's probably not a good hand to keep against Shadow on the draw. It's a much more reasonable hand. Let's keep this and put back either Mayhem Devil or Thoughtseize. I'll put back the Thoughtseize. Yeah, they also messed up really badly killing this on my instep and not killing this on my main phase. That was probably the worst mistake they made. Main phase kill. What? Why? Okay, what are we doing here? I kind of like just going Graven Cairns cast the Kroxa to make them use their spell bomb. Yeah, Unlucky Witness has been great. I think you're going to see me cast a lot of this card. Ob has been good. Witness has been great. Yeah, you don't get both cards with the Witness. You can only play one of them. If you could get both cards, this card would be like straight up bannable. Bannable in like many formats if you got both cards. But getting there's never been a 1 mana card in Magic's history that allows you to draw a card when it dies. And this isn't exactly that, but it you know, if it dies on your opponent's turn, it's usually a little bit better than drawing a card. You get some selection. Life is pretty good, you know. Okay, don't love drawing land here. Could have obviously discarded a land, but get 1 less token, and the Ragavan's not likely to be great. We all have those days. I've made more embarrassing mistakes on this channel. I've actually done the same thing. I've definitely cast a Shadow at 13 before. Don't act like you haven't done it, alright? You guys wake up and cast a Shadow at 13 life, alright? Yeah, they're trigger an anvil, you know. All right. All right. Shadow of Mortality entered the chat. Pretty cool. 2 mana 7/7. I love the art of this card. They can sack this to their Ob, and it's gonna have. I can't even count that high to figure out how much loyalty it'll have. I don't have more fetchables. I should have 4 Blood Crypts, right? Do I not have 4 Blood Crypts? I have 4 Blood Crypts. Am I miscounting? 1. Oh, this one's exiled. Good catch, good catch, good catch. I mean, this still triggers the Mayhem Devil. I need to maybe find a bombardment to break this board stall. Ob Nixilis. Dangerous Street Wraith to cycle there. Ab, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate ya. But it says GG's. GG's to you too. I might not have attacked though. We've definitely been running pretty well. We've had some opponents stumbling a little bit, but you know, we are 7-1 on the day. Ob has felt good. Ob has felt good. Is this the best shell? Yeah, how good is Ob? These are questions I don't have the answers to yet, but Ob has felt good. I will say Unlucky Witness, that card has felt great. I guess I have had some opponents that don't seem like they know how to play against it yet. But Unlucky Witness has felt great so far. Ob good, Unlucky Witness great. Underdog probably a bit of an underdog. I think I enjoyed. We've been running well almost immediately after. That has to be the worst possible top deck. Well, yeah, but we also ran well because my opponent just didn't have the removal spell. We won. Any changes to the deck? We'll see. We'll see. You know, it's. I usually like to just kind of jam a few matches, and then evaluate later. You know. Oh, I guess maybe it was actually better to not play the Den because now I can't get the extra landfall trigger. Okay, well, our run good is ended. They have the nut draw. Turn 2 Reshaper. It's over. Yeah, with double Unearth in my hand, I'm definitely just going to play the Mayhem Devil. Golly. Some players have all the luck. Interesting. I'm just going to target them. I kind of don't want to discard both Unearths. It's probably just still correct to... Or one Unearth, but still seems best to do this. I can maybe just go... Do I want to just deal them 6 damage, sack these 3 so I can attack with Bloodghast? Attack them for 2 more, down to 8. Seems okay. Seven mana. Is this all his dust? It is all his dust. All his dust does trigger my Mayhem Devil, though. It's the same. It's 2 damage no matter what. If I sack the Mayhem Devil to Bombardment, it's 2 damage. If I just sack the Bombardment while it's in play, it's 2 damage. Yeah, we'll just not give them the card off the Reshaper this game. Really good pickup. Jadar could be some cool spice. I think you need to have more zombie synergies for Jadar. And you could build a deck with more zombie synergies. You could be playing, Gravecrawler, Champion of the Perished, Undead Augur, Giralf's Messenger. You could play those cards. I did consider going a more zombies route. What's card felt the best from new cap? I've gotten to test. Probably Unlucky Witness. I mean, I like the Jund Charm a lot yesterday, too. I'm really excited to work on, like, the Jund Shadow with the Charm. We had a deck tech the other day. It looked like a pretty good direction to go. Jund mid-range with Charm also did pretty well yesterday. We had a relatively good day with the deck. Obviously, we could tweak those numbers, too. Ob has been good. Unlucky Witness has been good. Have a lot of options. Okay, up a game against Eldrazi-tron. I'm assuming they're Eldrazi-tron and not, like, sneakily mono-black Cabal Coffers with Eldrazi. I'm going to bring in these Goblin Bombardments. Okay, I am definitely interested in cutting these Tenacious Underdogs. I don't know. Maybe they're fine. I just feel like I actually cut them in every matchup. And maybe I'm not giving them enough of a chance. I do want to cut some of these 3-drops. I think I'm actually just not wanting to play Ob in this matchup very much. I saw a tower. Okay, thank you. Missed that they had a tower. Might cut a Kroxa. Voidwalker. You can play Voidwalker, yeah. It's a bit better on the play. No, you don't want to cut Unearth when you bring in Fulminator Mage. I'm gonna spit this. Yeah, maybe cutting Bloodghast because they have relics is maybe fine. I'm gonna keep this though. Alright, killing Ragavan. I mean, I would say Ob has been good so far. Da Vinci. Ob has been good, but doesn't feel like it's just like the best card in every matchup, though. Okay, they don't have Tron. I think I have to take this Ugin. Oh, I should probably cut the Urborg, actually, if I'm bringing in Void Mirror. Yeah, I think I need to be cutting the Urborg. We got 2 underdogs for 2 move 2 returns to the main sideboard, 2 surgical extractions. I'm not gonna sideboard surgical extractions. You could main deck terminate, yeah. I think I at least with the Obs, I need to figure out like how many creatures you need to realistically play to sack the casualty. That's something I'm trying to figure out. But I'm not gonna. I don't think surgical is like a card I'm very interested in playing at all, to be honest. I think I'm actually going to discard a Seasoned Pyromancer so that I can maybe... I know my opponent has Thought-Knot Seer, so I'm kind of interested in, like, leaving this in graveyard for Unearth, letting them cast Thought-Knot Seer, then I Tamashi back the Seasoned Pyromancer. Could be getting a little lost in the sauce. Yeah, I agree that Tenacious Underdog seems pretty good as a one-of, too. I think the second copy is probably not great. Yeah, you could go up a land, too. I don't hate the idea of going up a land. If that lands into the Bugbear. You have a lot of choices. Maybe I should jump blocked with Unlucky Witness. I think I'll play this so I can triple block the Smasher. Is Ingress Rampage... I think Ingress Rampage is unplayable in Modern. I've, like, never liked that card at all. We also just play the 4th Ob Nixilis. We could just go -1 underdog, +1 Ob Nixilis. That's probably a pretty good way to build it. Although it's maybe too many 3-drops. Yeah, it's maybe too many 3-drops. I mean, this is the problem I've had with these decks for a long time. Again, is you just don't have good 2-drops. All right, Untimely Dismember. Mayhem Devil's interesting. If we draw like exactly Unearth, we could maybe come back. Ragavan. Played out. Although I guess they just popped the Blast Zone. I have to chump block here. Okay, dead. Do you think Golos has a home in Etron? I think that Etron is generally not great. I think on the play I want to play Voidwalker over Bloodghast. Do Voidwalker main over underdogs. You could do that. The problem is it just doesn't have much synergy in a deck that like really cares about having a lot of synergy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, cut the Urborg. Cut the Urborg. Where is it? Don't know what I'm doing. Terminate. Where are we playing Terminate? I know I just, like, YOLO brought it in. I mean, people always want to play way too much removal against Eldrazi-tron. Like, creature removal is, like, usually, I feel like, not the way to fight the matchup. I usually find the best way to fight the Eldrazi-tron matchup is to interact with their mana and, like, interact with their Cairns and stuff. And, like, if you're playing to the board well, you can usually beat a interesting hand. You can usually beat a Reality Smasher. I thought not Seer. Yeah, I think trimming on Bombardment would be fine. Obviously, we're just kind of hoping that the Void Mirror wins us this game. It's got very high variance card. Probably would have won us last game. I guess they did have the Blast Zone. And now they could just tutor a colored mana. I think I do just make them, you know, spend their turn getting a swamp. And then this does likely restrict them to one spell a turn. Jadar looks better than Underdog as a 2-drop. Maybe. I really think Jadar is, like, pretty underpowered if you're not playing any zombie synergies. Maybe Jadar is better than Underdog. I honestly think the first Underdog is maybe fine too. It's kind of fine. Alright, I'm gonna try to... Well, maybe I should wait on the Unlucky Witness. I have too many... I think I have too many 3s in the deck to try to Unlucky Witness right now. Second Swamp. What does Jadar need other zombie synergies? Well, Jadar is really, really good with Champion of the Parish. It's really, really good with Undead Augur. It's really good with... Sorry, there's I'm trying to remember all the freaking zombie cards. It just typically plays with, like, all the good zombie payoffs really well. Obviously, like, you can play it here, but, like, if you're gonna play Jadar, like, I would really like to also be playing other strong tribal zombie cards. Okay, so I hit my point for 2 down to 12, sack this down to 10, 8, 8, 6, 5, 3. Yeah, I probably need to just kill the Thought-Knot Seer this turn. Hope they don't have another Smasher. You know, yeah, maybe saying that you need other zombie synergies is a bit of a stretch, but I would prefer them. Okay. So to play the Voidwalker, I have to fetch Shock, which doesn't seem like a good option in the face of the Smasher when I'm at 7. So I'll just play the Mountain, play the Unlucky Witness. I can kill the Smasher, sack, sack, sack. Which I guess is what we're doing. Thankfully, nobody's suggested Bitter Blossom today. My chat has learned. Oh, I guess I should check the Mayhem Devil. Keep the 1/1 probably. Yeah, my chat has learned not to suggest Bitter Blossom here. Ragavan Thoughtseize for next turn. Not sure which one I want. It's kind of close. They can't play another spell either. Okay, that's actually great. This will, like, just let me know which one I should play. Huh. Warping Whale seems pretty bad. I think I'll just take the Chalice. And then... I could dash the Ragavan, channel Takenuma, just cast Ragavan. I like that this plays a bit better on the top deck Thought-Knot Seer. Whale kills Rag. I know. But like if it's either like either Thoughtseize the whale or let them cast the whale to kill the Rag, this seems way better. Make them spend the mana. I don't lose 2 life. I get to channel this for 1 less. Or I mean, I think I want to take the Chalice pretty badly too. Dalen with the 13 months. Appreciate you. You never had a Ragavan die before? Well, we milled over Kroxa. It's actually a pretty big deal. Guess I'll take the Mayhem Devil now. I was worried about being kind of light on gas, but now that's, you know, with the Kroxa, that shouldn't be an issue. Squire, Dark Confidant, Noble Hierarch, welcome to bar. They all go up to order a drink. Suddenly, Confidant goes to Hierarch and drop dead. Squire panics, yells to the bartender, what happened? Bartender looks down, says, what'd you expect? This is a -1/-1 counter. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright, GG. We have won our last 8 matches. We've definitely been running pretty well. This is modern, you know, you run well, you run a lot, but deck's been feeling pretty good. So a place you can find deck list. Yeah, you can always come in and type !deck in the chat and get the deck list. He keeps saying that. I mean, I'm just trying to be honest about how I'm feeling about the deck, you know what I mean? I never want to be the content creator that just gets lucky, runs well, and goes, I broke it. Maybe sometimes I'll you know, run well and think I broke it and be wrong, but if I am genuinely thinking that I don't know how good the deck is, I'm just running well, I want to make sure I communicate that. It's maybe not great for content, but it is great for being honest. Ob has felt good every time we've cast it. Witness has felt great. I have loved this card so far. I've been super impressed by it. Ob has been fine. It's been good. I feel like Ob has been like about as good as I've evaluated it as being. Like a good, powerful payoff in a deck like this, not game winning, but hard to interact with, and generally good. My opponent's revealed Obosh the Prey Piercer. I'm gonna mulligan. Keep this hands. Put back second Devil. You said it would be barely fringe playable. Yeah, seeing play in a deck like Red Black Sacrifice, that is barely fringe playable. You know what I mean? Like that is like, I feel like the definition of fringe playable. Was that Tasker? No, that's Tenacious Underdog. It's a new card from the set. It's a 2-mana 3/2, and you can blitz it from your graveyard and draw a card. I think I'm going to play Sokenzan on turn 1 and cast the Witness. My opponent revealed Obosh, so there's a good chance they have Blood Moon in their deck. I'm going to want to get a Swamp. I thought about getting an Aristocrat in the 2-drop slot instead of Underdog. What, like, do you want me to splash white for Cartel Aristocrat? Because that doesn't seem good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Might end up using this to trigger Mayhem Devil. Don't need to be worried about Blood Moon next turn. So do I think a player playing Marsh Flats in their Obosh deck has Blood Moon? Maybe. Maybe. But I think I'm gonna think I'm not getting Blood Moon, and I'm gonna cast a Seasoned Pyromancer, discarding Ob, Mayhem Devil. I don't want to cast an Ob this turn. I think I'll get the card off the Witness. Not me here. Can anyone give me the Cliff Notes? Why I suggest Bitter Blossom is a joke. Bitter Blossom is underpowered in Modern. I know that, like, you might think that because you get to play a red-black sacrifice deck, this is going to be a card where you have like lots of cards. You get lots of creatures to sacrifice, but it's slow. It deals you a lot of damage. The is very vulnerable to prismatic ending, and And, like, you know, it wouldn't be, like, the most embarrassing card to put in your list, but I do think that a lot of deck builders tend to act like playing a deck like Red-Black Sacrifice is an excuse to play cards that are just kind of generally underpowered, when you actually can just build a deck with only powerful cards. And, like, that's usually how I've had more success trying these strategies, is just trying to make sure that I feel like every single card is generally kind of strong. So they should probably just kill the 2 loyalty Ob with this one on the stack. They may mess up, though. Or 1 loyalty Ob, sorry. They do mess up. And also, like, it's a bit of a meme, too, because people have suggested Bitter Blossom in other decks across the years many times. They discard... Okay, this is also, like, something like Ob... We keep casting Ob when my opponents have, like, a pretty high life total, and they just, like, discard a card instead of taking 4. I think that's probably not in this correct position, not, like, correct for them to take the damage. Any interest in testing Endless Detour and Bant Rack? Not really. Not really, no. So I'm assuming they have an ephemerate here. Yeah, so they get to kill all my creatures. No cards left in their hand. Their deck's interesting. So if they ephemerate their Solitude here, then they can't attack the Ob with Solitude. So yeah, they do need something to kill the Ob. What about the mono black coffers versus Yawgmoth matchup? It's a weird one. Not sure who I think is favored. Zarian, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. So you can put the Obosh in their hands. We're pretty behind. Need a big top deck. So we're going to lose the Ob after they give her, because we attack for 1. No, Ephemerate does not go into the graveyard if you don't cast it off the rebound. I sure am glad they discarded that Seasoned Pyromancer, but if we're evaluating Ob, they shouldn't have cast a Seasoned Pyromancer, and Ob would be like 3 mana do nothing here, really. My opponent's hand is Obosh, mystery card. Let me attack. Gotta wait. What is this? They have Obosh, so it can't be a 4 mana spell. It has to be an X spell. March of Otherworldly Light. March of Reckless Joy. Oh boy. Hitting Lightning Bolt, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Fury. And then they don't get the full value. They just cast Ragavan instead of casting the Bolt. Attack me for 2. Best Goblin Bombardment's a really good draw. Oh, sorry. I didn't spend that much mana. So unfortunately, they can save whatever I choose to ping with the Catacombs. With their Giver of Runes. Shoot our own witness. It's kind of cute. I think I'm probably better off like just waiting. Maybe they mess up here and cast the Arid Mesa, and I get to kill the Giver. I'm likely to get to chump block too. So I think they're casting the Obosh. They mistapped. I'm gonna retap. Kill the Giver. They get to give their Solitude protection from red, I guess. They also get to attack with their Goblin and then use the treasure mana to Grim Lavamancer kill my Mayhem Devil if they want. So I'm feeling not great. Although this is an even mana value card, so it doesn't actually kill my Mayhem Devil. So let me kill their Lavamancer off the Treasure Sack. And they kill my Mayhem Devil. Then I trigger Unlucky Witness. I have no instants in the deck, so I don't need to on F6. But I get a card off the Unlucky Witness. It's a Goblin Bombardment. And then worst top deck, Ragavan. Or Thoughtseize, sorry. Alright. Interesting spot. Gonna go to game 2. Not sure what our matchup against like red-white Obosh mid-range is supposed to be like. I feel like I don't want to be playing this many Thoughtseizes. Think I might just bring in the Terminates and the Kroxa. That's a weird matchup. Let's try this. I do still like the Boros Stoneblade deck, yeah, I still believe in that one. Is Thoughtseizes not... I mean, Thoughtseizes is gonna be fine. I don't like how it's not a great top deck in this matchup. It seems like it's likely to come down to top decks a lot. I also don't know exactly what my opponent's list looks like. Does a Boros Lavamancer deck play Rest in Peace? I imagine that an Obosh deck does not play Rest in Peace. But if they don't reveal Obosh, then we can maybe infer that they found a copy and put it in their deck. Some cheap artifact creatures alongside Deadly Dispute. You got, I mean, I've spent like months and months working on artifact sack decks in the format. In my opinion, there are no good cheap artifact creatures that are worth playing. That like are better than anything else we have here, or like a good cohesive game plan. So I think if you're gonna suggest something like that, it's just way better if you can be like a little bit more specific about what you want when you ask for cheap artifact creatures. Not dashing Ragavan. Fortunate is pretty scary though. Ob looks pretty bad here. I'm trying to think if I even sacked the Unlucky Witness. I think I probably do. We're just gonna lose this Ob to the Forge Tinder. But it's true, like this, if they kill this, I get to kill the Ragavan. We probably get to keep one of the Obs here. What's it consistent of Ob Nixilis? Is he real good? Ob is fine. You know, my evaluation going into today that Ob was going to be fringe playable in decks like this. Ob has felt good in this deck so far. We're currently 8-1 on the day. It is also like very true that 2 leagues is just like not nearly enough data to like have any kind of sweeping opinion on the card. Okay, Sokenzan should be pretty good next turn. Do get to like theoretically block and kill both of these. Yeah, March is crazy good here. I know this is kind of like, you know, this is kind of like how it always goes, right? Like obviously everybody wants to know how good the cards are immediately, but I just need to spend like a lot of time playing with the cards before I can give you a really good answer. And I'm just never going to be someone either that's going to tell you a card is broken if I don't think it is. Yeah, I really think the plan of like trying to play Ob alongside like I'm gonna sack my 8/8 Murktide. I think that plan is nonsense. We played against someone doing that game plan. Their list didn't look very good, to be honest. We have another March. Still a really strong 2-for-1 here. We get to kill a Forge Tinder, which is also really nice. If I draw land, I can go Takenuma. Oh, If I draw an untapped land, I can Takenuma back my Unlucky Witness. I think I'm still going to do that this turn for mana efficiency. I hate letting my opponent who's mana screwed hit me with the Ragavan, but I think that's still what we have to do here. I think Ob could be good in Red-Black Rock. So my plan going for... I had a Red-Black Rock deck with Ob built, and I woke up this morning planning on playing it, and I went to bed last night liking it, and this morning I just felt like the deck looked so mediocre. It really looked like to me that Ob was not going to be a good upgrade in the list, and maybe I'll figure out like a different way to build it. Maybe I'll be able to figure it out at some point, but just like looking at it earlier today, I was really unhappy with how it looked. So I think I take the Ob actually, because I can go Ob, make a Devil, Bombardment, ping, ping, ping. No, I only get 2 pings. Guess I'll take the Witness. If the Merc 8/8 Mercs hits you below it, then it's not terrible. Yeah. If you get to hit your opponent with your 8/8 Murktide, resolve your 3-mana Planeswalker, get an 8 loyalty Ob, it's not terrible. But the main idea is like obviously that's good. Like everybody keeps saying it's obviously good when you get to sack a giant creature to your Op. But the idea is like if you have a giant creature and you get to resolve a 3-mana Planeswalker, this is a game that you probably should win almost every time anyways. And so you need to evaluate how good is this plan going to be every single other time. And I think that's going to be actually pretty mediocre a lot of the time, you know? Dude, Unlucky Witness is broken. Unlucky Witness is broken. Huh. Kind of classic, I have no idea how to play around the new card syndrome. I don't know. Yeah, and if you have an 8/8 Murktide Regent, like that is usually enough to win you most games. You don't, and you know that you untap with, you don't really need that your 3-mana Planeswalker. But if you have any 3-mana Planeswalker, it's gonna also be a big deal. And so at the very least, I just don't think that this is like a really great way to build the deck. No, don't cast my Bloodghast. This is horrible. This is completely incorrect for them to cast the Bloodghast. I just get to kill it and start recurring it. I think I'm gonna get a little greedy potentially and try to find a land off my Unlucky Witness. But if I don't, I could just I don't need to cast my Seasoned Pyromancer this turn. I did find a land, so I can now go cast my Bloodghast. Sack on the Goblin token. Play my land, get back both Bloodghasts. Oh, well, I guess I could cast this first. Dude, Witness is great. I've been so impressed by this card all day today. But nobody wants to come in the chat and say, Spike, how's Unlucky Witness in this deck? Is this a good card? They all want to ask about the mythic rare Planeswalker. They don't want to ask about the uncommon. Yeah, I'm joking. People did ask. People did ask. This classic Spike lies again. Dude, they can get Forge Tender Giver runes. It's pretty good. Yeah, didn't ask because we know, baby. We know the card's broken. Discard the Red March. Yeah, why does red just keep getting like crazy 1-drop after crazy 1-drop every single set? It's kind of unreal. Why not play Ravenous Scroll in a deck like this? So in order for Ravenous Scroll to be good, you have to play Cat Oven, in my opinion. Or maybe not Cat Oven, but you have to play a lot of like cheap sacrifice cards. It's not... Ravenous Scroll in this deck is only good when you have Bombardment plus Bloodghast. Squirrel is not going to be good unless you have exactly Bombardment plus Bloodghast going. It'll be great then, but your entire deck needs to like trigger Ravenous Scroll for that card to be good. It is not just like a free include. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring back the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. GG. Well, we were so behind that game. Really relevant info seeing Relic too. Yeah, imagine if my opponent just didn't cast that Bloodghast though. That was such a big mistake. I'm gonna bring in like I think the first Thoughtseize over third Kroxa. They brought in Relic and Cage. I don't think I want to be playing the full 3 Kroxa. Oh yeah, they also like Solitude Ephemerated into my Unlucky Witness so they could dash the Ragavan. It was like way too aggressive. Ob with Asmo seems pretty sweet. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna put Asmo in a deck. We're gonna try it with the new Naya card. I'm sure Doomwake's gonna do that too, but I'm just so weak. I'm so weak and weary of trying every single set release. Like, oh, this card goes good in an Asmo deck, and boy, is the Asmo plan just still so medium. All right, ban Ragavan, ban Ragavan. What's your main outside to Sanctifier? My plan today was to just dodge it. I don't know if that's the best plan, but to be honest with you, I went in today just trying to dodge it. Non-linear harp, thank you for Twitch Prime, appreciate you. Are they gonna ephemerate their Ragavan? I'm gonna lose my mind if they do. What is happening? What are they doing? Why did they let me block? What in the world is this line? Ephemerate the Ragavan? So it doesn't trade? How am I supposed to post these results to Twitter? How am I supposed to be like, I vote, I'm 9-1 on the day with this new brew? How am I supposed to like post these results? What am I supposed to do with this? Everybody on Twitter's gonna be like, Spike, I was watching, your opponent's like ephemerating Ragavans. Can you please not to try to like hype this up too much? I kind of like just plussing both here so that they can't kill either Ob. It's pretty bad to minus and have them exile 1 attack. It's kind of fine too though. Yeah, I'll make a double. Spike, you broke it. Ob Nixilis is broken. Your opponent's just like, don't block Ragavan. This is the second time today my opponent's just like, not blocked Ragavan, I get to turn 2 Ob. Obosh into the hand. Oh, it's over. So eventually Yama Killer was right. What was Yama right about? Also, congrats on your trophy or your leaderboard victory this season, Pi. Also, Yama has always been right. No, I'm not racing this season. I'm moving this week and trying to settle into the new house. So maybe next season, maybe not this one though. Okay. Closing next week. Yeah, we're closing on Wednesday, moving on Thursday. Just praying it all goes smoothly from here. Which it should. Oh boy, Hedge Mage. Love that card. So is it just because I'm a little too good? It's this my opponent misplayed this match horribly. You're not. It is illegal to watch a match where your opponent just misplays horribly and be like, "Oh man, this Ob card's really good." It is illegal to be like, "Oh, dude, Ob is too good." And I would love to tweet, "Dude, I just trophied with Ob. I'm 9-1." I guess I'm doing it anyways. Ooh, Kappa Cannoneer for the streets of New Kappa. Let's go. All right.